Hey guys, and welcome back to Raxpack 2. Now, since the last episode, as promised, I have fully kitted out my kitchen. And I've even made myself a whole bunch of yummy food so that I do not go hungry as we progress on here, as we mean to go on. So, I have a couple of things that I want to get done today. I thought today would be a good day to introduce embers because, one, for those playing the pack who are so not used to being able to ore double, embers is probably your quickest way into ore doubling in the pack. You've got a few options, but embers is probably the best option. It is like early morning. And the second thing is that getting up and down the mines is a real hassle. So I'm thinking what we might want to do today is acquire slime or glue, alternatively. No, we can't acquire glue yet, so it'll have to be slime, and make us a water wheel in the pit, and then we'll use that water wheel to power a BWM elevator so that we can go up and down into the mining as we want. Now over this direction is a swamp, which is where we're going to have to go for slimes. We could find a slime chunk. Do I have a bucket on me? I do. We could find a slime chunk, and I aim to find a slime chunk, but the thing is, to find a slime chunk we need a slime, and slime spawn in swamps, so we're going to go to a swamp and try and get us, first off, some slime, and second off, a slime in a bucket from Quark, which will allow us to detect slime chunks. So down this way, I'll bring you down here this time, but if we ever need to go back to the marsh, I won't bother. But I'll bring you down this way so you see on camera where it is in relation to the base. So it's down to the south towards the ocean, and then it's a little bit west. And now I haven't actually been to this marsh yet, but I know there's a marsh there because of the power of the minimap. We look at the atlas right now, you can see this pattern, and that indicates a swamp, or a marsh, or what have you. In this case it'll be a swamp, because believe it or not, this is only vanilla biomes, plus the ATG shading between those biomes, gradients between those biomes. Hamsters! Oh, aren't you cute? But yes, we need to get over to the swamp, wait until nightfall, wait for slimes to spawn, and then stick one in a bucket. And I think that will do us quite nicely. And while we're here, I should actually collect some clay. So I'm doing something while I wait for the sun to go down. We have some salt from Mechanism. Only appears in swamps. So if you plan on mining salt from the earth, you can go to a swamp for it. How do I get into this swamp? Maybe over here? Let's take a look. Not quite, huh? Have to do some digging. Good thing about this swamp is it's slightly raised, so there's lots of land for things to spawn on. But I'm going to wait till nightfall, and then when it is nightfall I'll come back for you guys. While burning daylight hours here, I've found a couple of things. Well, I found one thing. This. I think it would be worth breaking into this on camera, because these are always fun to see what we get. So I found another swamp, which is slightly north of the one we were just in, slightly over, and so that's where I'm hanging out while I wander about. And I'll be taking your leather, bones, and weaponry, I suppose, while I'm here. And maybe we can finally have some armor. I'll be taking that as well. Gunpowder, yeah, sure. Another sword, why not? If I start running out of room, I'll just put it in my backpack. Lots of non-stacking objects. And then let's get the heck out of here, because if night fell while I was in there, I'd be doomed. Good stuff. Right, I'm going to continue on, and then nighttime. Okay, night is beginning to fall, so any moment now the chaos should begin. Remember, we only need to bucket a single slime. If we can get more, that would be great. Oh, I've not seen you before. Peafowl, baby peacock. Very cute. But yes, we are here. Large black hog. For a slime. So if a slime wants to spawn, that would be great. Otherwise, we're in perpetual danger of being assaulted by skeletons, zombies, and everything else while this night tunes on. So, here's a creeper. Somewhere in here will probably be a spawn of a slime at some point. That's all we need. Oh, I think I spotted one. Yes, I did. Gotcha. Okay, so this little buddy, and while I'm running back, I may not notice, but you may notice that the slime in the bucket starts jumping. I'm focused on getting the heck out of here alive. But if it starts jumping, that means I crossed a slime chunk. And that chunk will contain slime spawns. And if you know anything about farming slimes from vanilla, it's actually quite easy and danger-free. Because what you can do is you can dig out the layer that they exist at, and then light it all up, because, oh, see, there's a slime chunk here. Because slimes will spawn regardless of light level, but monsters won't. So it's really handy that way. Somehow I'm going to have to get up there. How? I don't know quite yet. But I'm sure we'll find a way. Life finds a way, and we, for all intents and purposes, are life. And so we will find a way, presumably, anyway. Somewhere up here. There's little patches of jungle all through here. It's actually quite interesting area, because to the north of the base, we've got the snowy areas starting, and to the east we've got some deserty areas, and then over here to the south we've got marshes and jungles, so we've got our pick of the litter, really. It's been quite an incredible find, because often you don't find yourself in a crossroads like that in an ATG world. There's often a lot of one theme of biome for a while, which is great. It's great thematically, but it can get a little tiring when you're trying to find a particular biome with a particular type of spawn. Like on the Raxpack server at the moment, where I had set up shop, I had to go a couple of thousand blocks before I found a marsh to do exactly what we did this episode. So just to give you an idea of the kind of conditions that you could be looking at depending on your luck of the draw. And I might get shot in the back here. Close. Skeletons can pretty much either one hit me or two hit me. They're getting close to one hitting me. So that's scary. We're going to have to really amp up our game, and that's why I was quite interested in the leather for armor purposes. And we're going to ignore that creeper, and hopefully he'll ignore us. If not, oh dear. Just to make sure I'm going to do that. We are actually in a slime chunk. That's just beyond hilarious. Okay, well, so, you know, speaking of that unique amount of luck, yeah. That's absurd. Right, well, it means that things are going to be a lot easier for us going forward, with the particular plan that I want to go along with. But so we're going to have to go down to about Y level 30 or 40. I can't remember quite what the rules are. I think just to be safe we'll go down to 30, and then we've got to dig out the chunk basically. So I'm going to put all this stuff back, and then I'll be right with you. Okay, so who wants to dig out a slime chunk? Me, everyone says. Not really. It's not going to be the most fun in the world, but we will do it. We will prevail. I'm going to take this toast with me, because I am very close to being able to eat it. Now, which chunk is it specifically? It is F3G to turn on your Minecraft chunk borders. It is this chunk. Not this one. This one. So, if we go down here, I face the correct direction, put on my F3. Could be considered cheating, but come on, this is vanilla we're talking about. I'm gonna wander on down to Y level 30 and then make a break to my west. Yes, west. Okay. Right, we are here. And if I go this way, might want to switch to the right tool, huh? I did bring a second pick with me. We've got dirt to deal with too. We need to break into that chunk ahead of us and then dig it out. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to stick this down first. And then we will find the entire size of the chunk. Well, there's that one. So we'll go this way then. Thank you very much. Okay, well, at least I've got a semi-functional spawn room. I think it needs to be 3 high, and most of it is 2 high, unfortunately, both literally and numerically. So I think that back will work if I kind of just make sure that I'm enough blocks away. Because of course the spawning rules are that you have like a 20 block radius around you where mobs will not spawn in. I might need to get a pick and dig a hallway this way for me to stand in. The other problem is, of course, that there may be caves and stuff around here that need to be lit up in order to encourage the spawning of slimes. Either way, we need 8 slimes. Look at water wheel. Yes, we need 8 slime balls, and we have 1. We can actually use that guy as a slime ball if we want to. But I think what I will do is I'm going to go get a pickaxe. I'm going to finish off the rest of that room, and then I'm going to dig myself a little wait and watch hallway for it. Okay, so it's actually the next day in real life. I kind of had to spend a lot of time doing a thing. As you can see, I have 14 slime balls. I had to expand the... Ooh, got all my iron that I needed now. I had to expand the slime farm quite considerably, and I'll show you that in a bit, but I kind of never want to look at that place again. I forgot that you got to pretty much light up every cave in the surrounding area or it's not going to work. So I ended up having to expand it quite a lot, and that was a lot of digging and never again. But we can now, after I have finally got some slimes, we can make these. Now that is 2 wood per blade, so we need 16 wood. And then we'll be able to make a blade. So let's go do... Oh, it's nighttime. Let's go do that. Alright. I have 32 wood siding here, which should be enough for the 8 watermill blades that we need. I also got some wooden gears because they're always handy to have around. Because until I install that wind charm, we'll be dealing with regular breakages of that thingy. And by thingy I mean windmill. So wooden blades, 8. Water wheel. So the nice thing about the water wheel is that it's basically broken. It's not actually broken, it's working as intended, but it's broken in the sense that it is, in terms of BWM, it doesn't have as many restrictions as, say, the windmills do. And as far as I know, I haven't tested thoroughly with BWM versus Better Than Wolves, but I don't think there's a limit on mechanical power when it comes to things like the water wheel and the windmill. With Better Than Wolves, it used to be, I believe, that a windmill provided more mechanical power than a water wheel, and a vertical windmill provided more mechanical power than a windmill. But the water wheel was more accessible. But in this case, the water wheel's just like... I think all 3 of them are exactly the same as each other. You know what? I need an axle. I have an axle. Everything is right in the world. So... I mean, this thing already exists, right? So we may as well do this. Not enough room to place the water wheel, need a 5x5 area to work. Well, you already have a 5x5 area, actually. So, I hate you. Torch? Has this whole time, has it, like, a torch that's been there been the problem? You have a 5x5. Why you complain like this? Let's dig this out. Okay, 5x5. And I think that's the center. Yeah, that is the center. Good. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so it needs a little bit of vertical room. And then, let me just grab some more cobble here, because I'm lazy, even though I built a drawer upstairs. I don't want to go get it. Well, if we're gonna... Will that be okay? Well, no, not quite. Not quite. I mean, that's not at all working how I want it to work, but what the heck ever, right? Now that you're placed, can I put this back and you'll be okay? What? Hey! I think it will. I think it doesn't care anymore. Okay, so you do need to go like this to flow properly. It's turning, as you can see. So I'm happy with that. What I would like to do is I would like to make sure that it is a complete flow somewhere. off over here somewhere. I'll put these back. And now we have mechanical power in here. Although I think I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. And I'll tell you for why. I think the axle's on the wrong side, or is on the side that I don't want it on. Speaking of axles, why did that one just place? I guess I rolled the mouse wheel. Nope. So I am going to make this disappear into a hole, never to be seen again, as if it runs back into the hill, just to make me feel better about it. About the fact that I'm abusing the way that the water works. And I should probably do that around here too. So now the water comes from out of this place where there's, if you imagine a river, a small stream running underground, and turns this, and then it disappears back into the underground. We can come down here and access that. But like I said, I think the gear is on the wrong side. I want it to be on the other side, because that's the side our elevator, which this is all for, is going to be on. The other nice thing is it gives us mechanical power in our base rather than down the hill. There we go, that works. So the next thing is for me to get a pickaxe, because that one just broke, and create a pulley system. So let's, I guess, cook up some more iron. No, that's aluminium. Oh no. Why? Brain, there you go. Okay. What? I'm being so wasteful. There we go. I mean, you could argue I'm being wasteful because iron is more precious than charcoal by doing all 8. But I also made an eye chisel. I haven't used it yet, but it means we can chisel later on. Now, pulley. Pull. Oh, it's EY. Okay, so we need to make a redstone latch. Easy enough. Can get 3 latches out of 1 gold ingot. But we only need 1 for now. We'll probably need a couple of gears though. 2 wooden gears, 2 iron, and 4 wood. Give me 1 more. Thank you, because that lets me get my new pickaxe. And then I need 2 of you and 4 of you. First, pickaxe. Great. And our pulley. Great. So here's the question. If that's going to be there, then I'll probably just want to run it vertically down from that spot. Oh, wrong tool. Where are we? So I could put a gearbox directly. And no, bad idea. Bad idea. So we will want to put a gearbox there and then run it down here. And then I think, so if this is where our mine shaft is going to be, I'm going to put this cobble back just so I can see. Then here is where our platform is going to be, this 3x3, and the pulley should probably be over my head. Cool. And with a pulley you load it up with rope. And we now need to make some platforms, an anchor, and some rope. So that's fun. So we'll come up here and we will make platforms. Platform. We need wicker, which means I need reeds, and I haven't been growing reeds yet. Oops. But that's okay. I'm sure we can dig some up today. What about an anchor? We'll make the anchor right now. Anchor. Iron, 3 chiseled stone. Also give me that back. Let's do another 8 iron. Chiseled stone, or it'll be plain stone. Do I have any plain stone? I do. So that, and that. And then I'll grab some rope. Rope. It's right in front of me. I know it is. There it is. Okay. So that's quite a lot of rope. It's not enough to get us down all the way though. So I'm going to have to do some more hemp growing and farming and so on. We put the anchor here. And then we put, let's just put like 8 in here for now. It won't provide any more rope than it needs. And so now this is connected to that anchor, right? But now it needs mechanical power. And we will give it mechanical power. We've got to make a few gearboxes, and I mean a few of them, because you can only go 3 lengths of axle before you need another gearbox, or the system will break. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's break up another gold ingot. We'll make 3 of these. Boop. Boop. And I need a whole heck of a lot of wood. Gear. Gearbooks. Do I have any other gearboxes sitting around too? That would be handy. I don't. I did have a latch though. So. Yes, you can move through the blades of this. So that's connected. And we will need 3 axles. 1, 2, 3. See, this is actually an awkward length, but that's fine. And then we will pop you there. And dang shield. There we go. Now, this actually works. We have to put a redstone signal on it, though. Or all will fail. So let's make a lever. And we'll also have to make a response lever to go down the bottom as well. So we'll need a way to switch it. So that will turn you off, I believe. Or I think we might actually have to turn you off at the axle up here. Yeah. Okay. So next thing is to make that platform. So I'm going to go find some wicker and then I'll be right back. Okay, well, I was going to put the reeds over here, but because of the hardened clay, it makes it difficult. But I am going to on camera show you my favorite reed setup. So you do 4 around 1, and we can make a more compact reed setup later, but then you put another one here, and you can see this is positioned so that it can have 2 sets of reeds side by side, and then basically the next one will go here, and the other one go here. and then you just repeat this pattern. So this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. And you fill all these with water, and then you put reeds around them, and you have a nice, compact, efficient reed farm vanilla style. We will make a non-vanilla style reed farm at some point, but this is how we're going to do it for now. You do this layout. There is an even more efficient layout, but I can never remember it. But this one is kind of like, at some point it was determined to be the second best. And that happens to be the one that I remember the most. So it will be. I'll be back. Wow, I forgot how slow sugarcane grows when you first start a sugarcane farm. I actually ended up taking these sugarcane from the stem because I just couldn't be bothered waiting any longer. I've got more out there growing, so it's no problem, but we've got 4 wicker so that we can make a or 2 platforms out of this. And I'm actually only going to make 1 platform to prove my point. I'm going to put wicker in here. The reason for that is I made a filtered hopper, and with a filtered hopper you can throw stuff in it and it will produce things. In this case, sand, which we have to go down the hill if we want sand, but not anymore. We just dig up some gravel and throw it in the filtered hopper. So now we've got 1 odd piece of wicker, which we're going to put in here. And, platform. So there is a cheap version, but I can't be bothered at this point going down the hill to get it cut. So we are going to do this for double the cost and get a single piece platform. Now, this is enough to prove my point. We have... whoops. Forgot my own way down. We have this set up. And if I change to a pickaxe, I only need to remove that one. Ooh. As you can see, it already lowered itself because it's based around that anchor. And why aren't you coming back up? You're going to tell me that you need to be geared to the side, because that's going to be slightly frustrating. And by slightly frustrating, I mean not really that frustrating. Yeah, looks like it needs to be geared to the side. It's not really that frustrating. I have an idea of what we can do. Break this. And remember, all sides of a gear are output. So we do this. And then we're going to just put the pulley. Come here. And take the anchor. But you saw it moving. And you'll see it moving in the other direction in a second. Put the pulley here, and now this pulley is active. So if we put some rope in there, it's not lowering because the way it works is it drops when it's not powered and it pulls when it is powered. So we're going to put this platform here. We're going to put the anchor on top. Nope. On top, and if we drop the power, down comes the rope. If we add power, up goes the elevator. Cool. So for the sake of this, let's clear this out since this is where our elevator is going to live now. You can actually do a thing. You see it pulled it all the way up to the pulley, which is fine. But we don't want it to go all the way up to the pulley because we want to be able to move on it. And that's why I'm going to need more platforms. Anything attached to the top of a platform will be moved with the platforms, but the platforms will not connect to anything on the bottoms or the sides. So if I put some fences around here, or a fence in the back even, that would stop it 1 block further. and another fence 2 blocks, and so on, so that we can have a proper pulley system. But if we power it, up it goes. Stop powering it, down it goes. And it will use the hemp rope that it has as resources. As you can see, I made a whole heck of a lot more hemp rope. I farmed our hemp supply and planted all the seeds. So that's going to be fun. And so what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably end up having the platform come out bigger than the area that we're actually going to be using. So we're probably going to have like a piece of platform here in this spot, and then have that covered, so the platform will only come up to this high when it's powered, and then when you unpower it, it'll go down. So I'm going to have to dig out like a big area around here plus that spot and fill that with platforms, and then dig all the way down underneath this thing. And that will give us a full elevator shaft that we can use at any time. Now the problem obviously is, how do you power this from all the way down there? Well, that's redstone basically, and we can have a not or switch all the way down at the bottom, so that we can have either this one powered or that one powered. But either way, if both of them are powered, it'll bring me up. If one of them is powered, etc. I think not all. I'll probably have to think about that closer to the time, I think. But I have run out of time for this episode. We'll finish the elevator between episodes. You'll come back to a working elevator, and at which point I can actually show you the slime room finally. Which isn't much to look at, to be honest. But then I can finally move on to embers. So that I can conveniently go up and down from the top of this mountain without having to just go insane from going up and down my tiny stairwell. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!